let me just real quick here. Hold on. There we go. I'm now muted. On Discord at least. Hello guys, and to a lot of the usual guys in chat. Who's Inimer, Naprodian is here, Drunkle Aura is here. A lot of the guys who used to be here. Anyway, hello guys, and welcome. Oh, I need to get used to all this blah blah. Yes. Okay. So here's what's gonna go on today. I'm in the background here. I'm just gonna collect some materials. If you saw the stream on, was it Saturday? I did a restream test. I can't speak today. Did a restream test where so I'm also streaming to Twitch now. So you can go and watch the Twitch also if you want to go and watch it there. But anyway, still working towards getting that mining card up and running, and I'm just going to be running around gathering some surface materials, at least for the first maybe hour or so. And then we're going to get Yamix on, and we're going to just sit and have a quick, like a miniature round table as we've done before, and have a talk about what we think about it. And then I guess once we're done with gathering materials, and we've talked a bit about the Cray and the Challenger and all the other stuff they're adding, then we'll go and we'll hopefully we can get in engineering some shield boosters today. Ooh, lots of good stuff here. Chromium. Oh, selenium. See, that's the one we want, because that can be down traded to tin, and tin is the what we are after. We're just gonna get this. Oh, no, I get that. But anyway, let me just collect this stuff, and then I'll get. I think Yamix is doing his pre-stream right now. But I assume that a lot of you guys have already watched the Frontier live stream that, of course, all just ended, where they showcased both the Challenger and the Crate. Nice that we finally get the confirmation that it actually is the Crate, but again, I don't want to go too much detail with it right now, because I want to save most of it for when we have Yamix on as well, so I don't have to sit here and repeat myself too much. In the meantime, we're just gonna get stocked up on materials. Oh, more selenium. Oh, there's another one, another outcrop over there. These are the good outcrops. There are two types of outcrops. Yeah, the Crate looks really good. That thing's gonna be a tremendous mining ship. That thing might actually challenge the Python. Whee! So we can do a flyby shooting here. Oh, and I got two in the air. Look at that. Awesome. That was fucking hilarious. And we got some tin there. Okay, that thing goes in a highlight at some point. Oh my god. Okay, let's find some more stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna unmute Discord, and we will see whenever Yamix is ready, so he can come on and we can go and discuss them. I took a ton of screenshots during the live stream, especially of the internal layouts of the ships, so it could be fun to try and compare them to some of the other ships. Was really surprised with the internal layouts on the Crate. That thing looks to be a beef. That thing is gonna be I mean, so far, if you've gone multi-purpose, it's always been the Cobra, the Python, and then the Anaconda. But the Crate's definitely going to be a challenger for the mid-range multi-purpose ship. So what do all you guys think of the new ships? There seems to be most hype about the Crate. No, not about a lot. So what do you guys think about the Challenger? Is it just like, man, it's just going to be another Chieftain, just bigger? Because it definitely seems like the crate is where the most hype is right now. Okay, get the gun up. And... I got the iron. Oh, chromium. Yeah, the jump ranges didn't look very good, to be honest. Again, now we're already getting into actually discussing the ships, which I originally did want to wait a bit with. But I must admit, jump ranges, that might be a downside to the crate. This jump range didn't seem to be too good, but it's difficult to determine based on an A-rated ship. Because if you were to fit this for longer range, you might be able to get something decent out of it. I actually agree what Mike says here, that we need to make the ships more specialized and not just add more ships. But I think that is something they are working towards. At least they have said so. It's good I'm getting nickel and iron because I'm out of nickel and iron because I always use it to synthesize. Guess about, you think, Innomer? You really think it will get that far? I mean, maybe with engineering? And if you lightweight it? Rob wants to buy a mega ship. You will have to wait to Q4 for that. That's not gonna come in this patch. Whee! Okay. But the weapon loadout, let me see if I can find that screenshot. The weapon loadout on the crate was really amazing. Let's see if we can find it. Crate. Yeah, here we go. Have a look at this. Oh, no, there we go. Have a look at that. That's a screenshot from one of the streams. 3 large and 2 medium. That's some serious firepower right there. Hello, Henrik. How much a Guardian FSD booster will add? A Guardian shield booster can add up to 10 light years if it is if it's the same as it was before. I mean, it was introduced and then it was removed and then they added it again. So of course the Guardian FSD boosters are gonna be added. And they're gonna be able, if you use a class 5 slot, you can get up to 10 light years extra. But last time they were in the game, they were using an absurd amount of extra fuel. It was more than twice the fuel you would use per jump. So I don't, at the state it was in back then, I don't think it was worth it. I might put it on like really short jump range ships, but on something like a travel ship, I probably wouldn't. It might very well be that that's where they want it to be. But they did show some other modules that were quite interesting that they didn't even talk about. Daga, 3 beams, 2 multi-cannons. Yeah. Ow. Martin says, loving how the dual stream seems to be working. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it as well. On Discord. Not Discord. On Twitch. And it seems to be working okay over there. We have a few people watching on Twitch. Most are on YouTube. But, I mean, that's to be expected, I guess. And mainly on YouTube. I just started the Twitch thing, like, last week. Oh, there's something over there. Let's go pick that up. Sorry if I'm a little bit... I don't want to go into too much detail with everything right now, because I am planning to do this together with Yamex whenever he gets online. So that's why I'm a little reluctant to start talking about it too much right now. Your sound is lagging from your in-screen self. Really? Like my the voice is lagging. Voiceover. Okay, never had issues with that before. Anyone else having those issues? Yeah, we figured since Yamikas and I was gonna stream at the same time anyway, we figured why not just like have a quick talk about it. Now, I don't know how far he is with his pre-stream, but he should be here pretty soon, I think. Dunkel says, I'll stay on YouTube because there's a YouTube app on Apple TV. Duck and cover. But that's the beauty of this, that you can choose exactly which platform you want to watch on. Gabo G, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. Need to click back into the game. Picking up iron and all day long. Hey, Prickly. Prickly has no issues. Okay. Logging onto that rock. Yeah, scooping. Could we have collector RC cars so that the SRV could have like a small car that could drive around, to a small rover, collector rovers that could go around next to your SRV and pick up stuff. Niliris, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Oh, there's the rock. Let's land here then. Boop. Chromium, and tungsten. Tungsten is nice as well. Yeah, a little Wall-E kind of thing. Exactly. Something like that. That would be cool. But again, I mean, the SRV is already kind of that. Collector skimmer. Yes, this is a map from my mining cutter that's currently being engineered. I just finished the core internals. Fabius Bile to 120. Thanks a lot for the follow. Oh, no, I didn't pay attention to where I'm flying. Whoops. Let's go for this one right here.
So.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yes, I'm live, so presumably you're too.
I am. Have been for a while.
So, indeed, I got to say greetings to Down to Earth or just Astros chat. Let's just go with that. It's easier to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you should just rename yourself. Anyways, that's just me. Anyway, so how are we?
We've just been talking like about general stuff.
I see.
Try to get people's views. A lot of people seem to be mostly hyped about the crate at the moment. It's not that much.
Everyone is sort of. I mean, it is a good-looking ship.
It is.
So there is that. Anyways, you know, you start with one note that you actually thought would be interesting to start off the streams.
Oh.
What did you find rather mildly interesting? Just mildly.
3 large hardpoints on a medium ship?
A Python?
It has 3 as well?
Yes, Python has 3 large and 2 mediums.
Oh, okay. I don't fly Python often enough, obviously.
Yes, it seems that you don't, and you should. I'm just gonna shame you.
For not flying Python.
Non-Python flying shaming.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyways, yeah. So.
Head over. Thanks for the follow on Twitch.
Yeah. Crate actually. Crate's gonna have the same hard points as Python, as well as Power Distributor. So, as it happens, and as it is,
wait, what's
Crate will have this? Will be the cheapest ship with the size 7 Power Distributor. So yeah,
and size 7 power plant, if I recall correctly.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, in fact, size 7. I'm just quickly looking up because obviously I don't know my Python
I have
stats.
all the stats, so I can name them.
So that's the okay. Let's just compare internals with the Python, for instance. It's same size power plant. It's same size thrusters. Same size frameshift drive. Same size life support. Power distributors. Is this the same ship?
Give me a second. I need to take a look. Coriolis, where are you?
Same hardpoint loadout.
Hardpoints, Power Distributor. Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, core internals and hardpoints are exactly the same.
Right,
it will be about people asking in my chat how much it will be. Crate will be. Hold on, let's get this over so people can see. Crate will be around 40, I think. 40 to 47, I think they said.
All right, so power plant is the same. Thruster is the same. FSD the same. Yep, it's all the same. It's basically
everything is the same.
Holy fuck! The only thing that is different is optional internals, and of course, probably, the armor as well as the shields. That's it. Everything else is the fucking same. What the hell?
Okay, so the Crate will get 2 class 6, where the Python has 6. They both get 2 class 5, a single class 4. They both get 2 class 3, as far as I can see. So it's so the only
thing. Oh my god! They basically just took out one of the class 6 internal compartments, and that's it.
Yes.
There you go. That's great.
That's basically another. It's actually just a.
Oh my god! This is even more OP than I thought. What the hell? At this point, I can say basically, screw off, Cobra. This is the best ship in the game.
Wait a second. Right now with their. When they A-rate everything, apart from did they A-rate the sensors too? No, they didn't. Yes. They didn't A-rate the sensors. Not on my screenshots, at least. It seems to me that they, at least, unless they did that before I noticed, but no, because I can see the jump range here without the A-rated, with the E-rated sensor. Oh, but the E-rate and A-rate is the same mass. Okay, that's why. Python, as people say in chat, Python clone.
It is Python clone. By just looking at the internals, and any internal, in fact, any single piece of it, it's the same ship. Differences will be in the size, not size, but weight and the shield and armor. So weight will determine how far it can jump. Armor and shields will determine how resilient it is, and really that's it. I mean, I asked. Yeah.
I just quickly on EDDB, on ED Shipyard, I just fitted up a Python with approximately the same internal layout as they did, and we're looking at a jump range of maximum 18.01. Whereas the Crate shown in the live stream had 15, so it will have it seems like it's heavier than the Python.
That's to be expected. Otherwise, it would be completely OP. I mean, Python already is fucking OP. But at least they had some sense of toning it slightly down.
And actually, we have Crash Test says here in my stream that the Python does not have a fighter bay. I believe
Yes,
that's correct.
of course it doesn't.
But the crate will.
Yes, and that's the sort of a, I presume, balancing piece. We still don't really know how fast it will go, or presumably since it is. Actually, no. Python is already quite heavy, so they might actually be about the same speed. I'm not sure which one will be faster, but whatever. We'll see when it comes out. As for shields, that's the one thing that it's kind of hard to say exactly what will happen there, and armor as well. So really, that's the only two balancing pieces that are missing from the puzzle.
Oh wait,
Oh
we should
my
be able.
God.
We should be able to scrub back through the stream if we can find it again. If they already have it uploaded, they should have by now.
Well, you can still view it. At least I have the link open still, so I can scrub through it.
What I want to do is I want to go back. I want to go back to the point where they buy it, because then we can see. No, it's not up on the YouTube channel.
Well,
Can you scrub back to the point where they buy the ship? Because then we can see how much the base shield strength is. If we know the base shield strength, we can compare that to the base shield strength of the Python.
Alright, give me a sec. Right. Where did they buy the crates? I see.
About...
I'm gonna slowly scrub through it, so move on to the next topic or something. I don't know, some random little thing that you noticed if you did.
Oh yeah, where was it? Guardian... There we go. Guardian shield reinforcement.
Ah, yes. Okay, I found the place for a crate. So let's jump into the real quick on the power, the shield thingamajig. And I'm thinking, as soon as I saw the fucking Guardian shield reinforcement, I was like, wait, they're basically making and boosting shields even more?
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking, guys?
And there's some people asking about the optional internals. The crate will get 4, exactly the same as the Python.
Yeah, Crate will have the same core internals as well as optional internals, aside from missing one class 6 one
So
from
what they-
optionals.
so what-
And that's it. Everything else is the same.
Yes.
Everything else is the same.
So what they did was they took a Python, they stripped out a
Yes.
class 6 module and filled that space up with lead to make the ship heavier.
It feels like it, right? It feels like it. Okay, so I see the shields on crate. So but the default crate, presumably that's
Yeah,
5E shields, and those would be 262.
Let me see here. Cargo capacity, fuel.
So what is default for Python, I wonder?
Yeah, let me get a stock Python here. Hold on.
Wait. Oh wait, no, that will be 6E shields, since Python has 6E by default as well, so that's 200 something. Give me a sec. Crate will have slightly less shields.
What?
Because Python,
Yeah.
Python by default has 294 or
Yes,
294,
exactly.
so yeah, Crate will have slightly less shields, presumably also hull, since for half the price, having about the same as Python in fact actually has the second biggest second biggest hull HP, I guess you can call that, from all the medium ships. The first one is dropship, so it wouldn't make sense for Crate to be OP in that way. So no.
Okay, but
There you go.
is it? I'm sitting here thinking, is the crate really worth it?
Oh fuck yes! They mentioned the price. Rather, they even showcased the price, which was wait, hold on. Cost is 40,000.
Oh, yeah, 40. Yeah, okay. So it's 16 million cheaper than the Python. No, but that was per.
But that's in Jameson. That's in.
Yeah, that's Jameson. So we can hold on.
15% off. So
No,
that's
10%.
Oh, it's 10. So it's 90%.
Yeah, so let's just say if get my calculator here, if it's 40 million divided by 9 times by 10, so it should be 44 and a half.
Oh my god! So it's basically
12 million off.
yeah.
13 million off.
Yeah. I mean, okay, fine. It's not as horrible as I thought.
So it's gonna be a cheap Python that turns better, but you lose an internal slot, and you gain more fighting capabilities in terms of a fighter hangar and multi-crew seats.
Probably. But the funny thing is,
fair enough.
just like Samuel right there, in my chat actually points out, it's 1 million on rebuy. So yeah. Well, oh, and give me a sec.
But that pretty much means, I think, if you're ever gonna use a Python, I mean, I can't see a reason where you would want to buy a Python for combat now. I mean, you would still use the Python if you want to go and do trade or passenger missions or mining or something like that. But for combat, the crate would always be a better option.
I'd say again, yeah. Oh, I do have the stats right now on both ships. So, anyways, so yeah, crates. Crate will totally, completely fitted with the cargo base. It will be able to do 232 units of cargo. While Python is 6 tons shy of 300. So yeah, obviously, because you take out that one size 6
yeah
slot, yeah, basically you're losing a little bit of cargo, which is understandable. But now the question is really, what's really the point? Well, this will be another ship to put another nail into Type 7's coffin in some way. I mean,
you really have a grudge against that ship, don't you?
No, not anymore. That's the thing. They buffed it a little bit, and now it's actually competitive. Now it's really competitive, but with the ship like Crate, basically there's another reason why not to pick it. Another good reason not to pick it, or rather even a good reason not to pick gunship, definitely. But that's a different story, I suppose. So yeah. Oh well. But yeah, that's a rather interesting thing.
I'm really surprised they made it that close to the Python.
But yeah, I was expecting really Crate to be slightly cheaper, to be honest. But oh well, if they really want to saturate that end of ship line, then go for it. There's a huge need for a ship, in the 35, or rather 40 to, 20 million range. There's a high need for a ship there. And I mean, not only just a multi-crew for multi-purpose, but rather a cargo or a pure combat ship there. Because all the other ships are, again, locked behind the rank wall, which is quite annoying. So,
one thing I've noticed... And one thing I've noticed is lately, I mean, first we got the Chieftain, highly mobile combat ship. Now we're getting the Challenger, which is going to be decently mobile. I guess it's not going to be as mobile as the Chieftain, but still going to be a fairly mobile combat ship. I'm going to get the Crate, which is also going to be a combat-focused ship. That's going to have some decent mobility. It seems like
it's going to have basically Python levels of mobility.
Yeah, but at least with the Alliance ships, it seems like the medium-sized ships are slowly moving into where like the light ship territory, small ship territory. In terms, I mean, if you really wanted a ship with good mobility, you would go with a small ship and just basically play to your mobility. But I would really like to begin...
weird design choices.
Yeah, I would really like to begin to see some additional small ships in the game.
The problem with small ships basically at this point is that there's really nothing to do with them. Most slots, that small ships would need to be fulfilling are already taken. Again, there's at this point I fear that they might actually decide, we need a small ship. The first thing we're gonna do is nerf fucking Cobra. That's again, I understand why they would do it, because let's be honest, Cobra Cobra is quite OP as fuck, but still, when you think about it, again, we have Hauler with one small hard point and, well, I guess some haulage ability, and never mind. We have Sidewinder. Upgrade to that is Eagle. Then we have Adder that is perfectly in the space between, Viper and Cobra and Sidewinder. So that space is already filled. Then there's, of course, the mid-tier, Viper and Cobra. And then you have Viper 4, and if you actually have the access to the fucking garbage piece that is Cobra 4, you got that. I don't know. Maybe they could actually put in some sort of a small ship that is super expensive. Something like Courier. Something like Courier, but for a different purpose. Or for a different reason. Yeah, I actually, that'd be kind of nice, to be honest. Or Vulture, Yeah, now that I think of it, why not? I do love my little small ships and so on, so why not? But there's a bigger need for medium ships. There's a bigger gap that needs filling. I mean, I guess if you are really willing to spend so much money on a small ship, but no, small ships are still limited, when it comes to cargo capacity, so...
Yeah, but...
So only thing is basically just upgrades, upgraded combat capability, and we already got that in the form of Vulture, so there's no real stepping up from that. Vulture is already pushing it, and when it comes to... Well, the only other ship that would work is Exploration, but we already got, Diamondback Explorer, so there's, again, small ships are done, I think. At this point, that would be just saturating the market. But hey, fuck it, more ships for me, I'm happy to see, sure, but still. Yeah.
More stuff to review.
I highly doubt. That's the thing. I don't want to see like Star Citizen or many other games where they basically pump out another version of the ship that is basically the same thing. We already have that in this game, and that's called Assault Ship, Clipper, and Chieftain. All three of them are exactly the same, with very minute differences. So yeah, I prefer not to see that. I prefer to see something different for different roles and so on and so forth. So.
But they have been talking about making the ships more specialized, with like special internal compartments, just like they have on the passenger liners and on the combat ships. So having similar things, so maybe have a trade-specific internal compartments that can only fit cargo base or something like that, or something that could only fit, I don't know, scanners. So what's the chance that your crate review is gonna start by, today we're gonna review the Python. Wait, fuck.
Oh yeah, actually, now that you mention it, that would be one way of making it. But there's one specific way I want to start out the crate review. I already have an idea at least for it. So not to give too many details, just
obviously
I have an idea. It'll be coming. So, just be patient for fuck's sakes. First things first, I'm gonna do a recap video, obviously. I mean, why not? Yeah. And then, to give me a little bit more time, then I'm gonna be making it and all that stuff. So don't worry, it's coming. Just like many things in porn movies, they're coming. Yeah.
Eventually.
Okay. Eventually, indeed, yes. The climax of everything. Oh my. Right. I think that's about it on the crate. I mean, sound is okay. Honestly, I had the deja vu from one of the fighters. Similar sound from it, but maybe I'm just there, man. Whatever.
I mean, there's only so many different boost sounds you can make. I mean.
Yeah, that's true. So, sound is okay, I guess. Looks, no spoilers, so that's a great thing. It's a great thing. Oh God, what's happening? No, stop it. Just no. That's it. Okay, swiftly moving ahead. Moving on. Do we talk about Challenger, or perhaps do we talk about little details first?
I don't think we
I got a
mentioned
couple
it.
of notes.
Yeah, go
Huh?
ahead.
Well, okay, then let's go with a couple of details. So, developers did actually showcase the technology broker, and in that technology broker, well, there were a couple of things that surprised me in some way. No, actually, no. Rather, first thing first. What didn't surprise me was to see, again, weapons being split between fixed,
Yeah.
turreted, and gimbal. So fuck you, devs. Thanks for wasting my time. I really appreciate that. And if you don't know why, that's yours, mine, whoever's waste of time. Well,
But they're like that already, yeah.
there's no simpler logic than I can explain than just show and tell you that they are still splitting up weapons by their modes. So
And they're
there
going
you
to be
go.
splitting them up in sizes as well.
Yes, now they are also splitting them in sizes. So yay.
So you both have to unlock a large turreted version if that's gonna be a thing, a medium turreted, a medium fixed, and a large fixed.
Right.
That's gonna be fun. But at least they're reducing the price.
And next thing was that I was talking about. Indeed, the surprise came from the reduction in the prices. I, in fact, did pick up the Guardian power plant image from the screen, from their stream. And as it happens, they did reduce a couple of things. In fact, I can name you a couple of things that they did reduce. So now, instead of going for module blueprints, 4 of them, you will only need 1.
Yeah.
After that, let's see. Give me a sec. Let me
That's
quickly
half
check.
an hour less of grinding right there. Thank you.
No, that's 4 times as less of a grinding.
I would say
maybe
that's
not
half an hour.
Actually, you can. Well, I guess you can do it. Do 4 laps on the Guardian side and have. Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, you're actually right.
I would say 10
There you
minutes
go.
per run is about right.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah. Right. The next thing is the difference will be. Let me check. Right. So epsilon obelisk data now is halved. So half of that is now needed only. Let's see. Guardian power conduit. That is also halved. And heat ceramics. Where are you? Also, heat ceramics are halved. And finally, assembly. Okay, so commodity is not changed. So
That's-
commodity, you still will need 10 units of whatever fuck there was for power plant, but everything else is halved in material wise, aside from quartering the blueprint, the Guardian, disco ball scan
Yeah.
thingamajig. So that's 1/4 of what it was.
The commodity is not really. I mean, that doesn't
not
really matter.
important.
No, because if
Yeah.
you're gonna get 1, you're gonna get 10. It's basically the same thing. Just how many times you click buy on the screen when you're there.
Also, yeah, indeed. It's
But-
still extra clicks, but no.
Yeah, but one thing that I'm still, but this is a more general thing, is why commodities at all? I thought they learned their lesson with engineering.
Oh well, this is because this is where I don't mind commodities being put in, because really, when it comes down to it, commodities being used to unlock this thing, yeah. Now that I think of it, actually, there is no particular reason why they put in that commodity, because again, most of those commodities, aside from a few, you can buy.
Yeah.
There are only a few that you can't buy. So that means that commodity is there to force you to also not only go to a Guardian site, but to also finish at least 1 mission. And okay,
Why finish 1 mission?
That's a good question. Why?
No, but why do you force to finish one mission? Most of these commodities can be bought off the commodity market.
Again, those that you can't, you still, well, the other way you can get them is through missions. So not all of them you can buy. That's what I was referring to. So
yeah.
But yeah, you normally would just go and buy them instead of actually completing a mission, because mostly it's faster. Mostly, unless you actually pick up a mission that is really quick to do and what it does, but whatever. So, yay! But I don't know. That's the thing. It's not the best way of diversifying your gameplay while doing something for something else, I suppose. I mean, sure, it's one way, but we're kind of bored of that already. Oh well.
So
I guess they have to put this mechanic in somewhere. I guess someone in the company was so proud of this idea that they didn't let go. But that's just my conspiracy theory there.
Someone in chat being clever says that my prediction is the challenger will have 7 hard points. Well, they just showed it with 7 hard points.
Yep, indeed. Good job.
Now, before we move on to the challenger, FSD boosters are being reintroduced and have been rebalanced. Apparently, we don't know how rebalanced.
I did actually in LaveCon. I did talk with. Let's see. I'm not sure. I did talk with Steve about a couple of things, but FSD boosters, I don't think. Oh wait, no, it was Steve that I talked about the FSD boosters. So I did ask about the whole idea of why did they chose to put in static improvements for FSD jumps or FSD range rather than put it dynamic, dependent on your ship, because just like a shield booster.
Yeah,
put
exactly.
in a shield booster with
increase.
Indeed, it increases it by X%, and
I understand that. That makes sense to me.
But the answer I got was a bit baffling, and I don't know, maybe it wasn't really explained properly to me that I understood, or I basically turned off my brain, which I usually don't do when I talk with devs, but I guess that happened, maybe, I don't know. But the explanation was a bit weird. Basically, they chucked it, or rather, Steve at least gave me the impression that they are chucking it up as a gameplay thingamajig. I mean, okay, fine. With the static improvement, only the low jumping ships will benefit the most. So
exactly.
I mean, okay, if you want to kind of level the playing field that way, sure.
I see the reason why you do a flat increase is because you want to even out the jump ranges a bit more, so that ships that has a low jump range will get closer to the high-end ones, where the high-end ones will get a percentage smaller increase.
That's basically the reason, I presume, at least. I still don't find that a fair thing, but okay, whatever. All I can say, I want an 80 light year jump range in my fucking Conda.
But they could have done that easily if they just said that the FSD booster give a percentage increase based on the size of your frameshift drive. So if you had a class,
that too,
a big frameshift drive, you would need a bigger booster to boost your frameshift drive. Otherwise, so it would basically be the difference between the size of your FSD and the booster that you fit.
But then again, a small ship like Holder suddenly would get risen up to 100 light year. Wait. No, that would make sense because, again, Guardian booster or FSD booster in general would be a small device, one size. You attach it to larger or smaller FSD, and it just does its thing. Depending on what the improvement is dependent on the size of the FSD itself. So it would actually make kind of sense to boost hull, or at least then you would have a decent traveling ship.
Yeah, like a shuttle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But okay, I think the bonuses, like the range bonus, is gonna be the same as before, but I hope they're gonna balance the fuel consumption because that thing was like just, I mean,
Yeah, they said
way
that they
off
will
the
be.
mark.
Yep. As far as I got info from again LaveCon, yeah, they will be fixing the fuel consumption, as well as I think the Guardian cost thingamajig. So that's an assumption, but definitely fuel is being fixed. So that's done, and now it's going to be reintroduced. So pretty much the same as it was. So
Okay,
well, there you go.
I'm gonna find
I'm
screenshots.
really curious to see what the fuck that shield reinforcement will be, because shields are not OP already. Nope, not at all.
The fun thing is that it's gonna be an optional internal slot that you can fit to boost your shields, so you don't have to get rid of your shield boosters. You just
So basically now, instead of 13,000 maximum engineered shields on a fucking cutter, we're gonna get I don't fucking know. 20,000. Suddenly 20,000 shields or something. That's how stupid it starts to sound. I mean, god damn it.
Alternatively, just thinking out loud here, because we have no stats on it at all.
Of course, none.
We have the corrosive resistant not cargo racks, hull reinforcements, right? Which is basically just shit versions of the hull reinforcement that gives you caustic resistance.
It's in between version between the E and D versions with that extra lost hull reinforcement just spent on corrosion resistance, and that's it.
Yeah, you lose all the other
3% corrosion resistance on every.
But you lose all the other resistance you normally gain as well.
Oh, I didn't check that. Oh well, okay then.
So all the normal resistance you would normally get from a hull reinforcement is gone.
Fantastic.
Yes, but my point is, maybe they've done something similar with the Guardian thing. Maybe it's gonna prevent the Thargoids from bleeding through your shield as they do right now.
Well, now then, I'd say that would be an interesting. It would be an interesting fix for shield tanks like Third Lance, Cutter, and a few others, of course.
It might very well be that the Guardian shield booster does not actually increase your shield strength or resistances, but it just helps you protect or make your shields somehow more effective against Thargoids.
Basically, corrosive resistance being added, because that's the only thing that goes through.
Yeah, maybe a caustic resistance shield. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's just a guess.
Yeah, that's a good alternative, I suppose, but then it would make it completely useless otherwise. Yay for more useless modules outside the Thargoid fighting.
Isn't that pretty much all the Thargoid modules, like the AX stuff? Yep. It's useless outside. But okay, so far the Guardian stuff has not... I mean, there's the AX stuff, which is developed by Aegis, I guess, which has been Thargoid-only modules. But all the Guardian stuff has so far been general purpose. I mean, you could fit a Guardian power plant on a ship that doesn't go and fight Thargoids. I mean, I've done that on rare occasion when I was too lazy to go out and engineer it.
Yeah, actually, that was sort of the answer I got from Sandy when I talked about, or rather when I asked him about whether or not he feels that the game is being spammed with weapons and stuff, essentially. When you look at the experimental tab in our outfitting,
it's crowded.
It's horrible. You can barely navigate it quickly. No, you can't navigate it quickly unless you have quick, reaction and memory and whatnot else on where everything stands and so on and so forth. But no, again, it's just explosive weapons, some ranged weapons, some kinetic, some railgun type of plasma. Everything's just basically jammed in there. And I did ask again. Also, I was my question about UI was confirmed on last stream they did, and no, they're not looking into actually changing UI. And I'm thinking, what? Really?
Which
You're
UI
joking?
elements?
Everything. There's need for everything. Almost everything to be changed. Galaxy map can stay. The right-hand panel can change. Well, slightly maybe change. Most of it can stay. Left can also stay, but mostly important thing is the starport menu. That fucking thing is horrible. But that's, I guess, hey, that's just my opinion. But hey, I like some efficiency in my fucking play time. So.
And then yet again, we just saw in the focus feedback for the mining update that they're going to introduce a whole new UI. So
oh, even more stuff. Yep.
So I mean, because then otherwise mining would be too cluttered. So I mean, I like the idea of having specialized UIs for different tasks.
Oh no, that idea definitely, but I think it's not going to be for mining alone. The men's right activist scanner thing will probably be used for something else as well. You know, the medium range.
Yeah.
Something thing which there you go. Oh well. Also system map. Yeah, actually, there have been some talks about system maps being or rather Obsidian did a very old video, and he did a recap recently on the site maps or the system site maps. You know, the way they were pitched in Kickstarter, and apparently they won't be delivered anytime soon anyway. So yeah, but hey, it'd be nice to see system maps change a little bit too. Oh well.
So Challenger, is this where we're at?
I mean, there's really nothing else. Do you really want to talk about the megaship, or not megaship, but
installations?
yeah,
no,
me too.
No.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
It's gonna give people a new place to go and get data and get shot at. But other than that,
if you enjoy fiddle fucking around, then better just do mining. Those megaships. I mean, sure, you can do it on your free time.
Remind me, Yamek, someday I'm gonna take you out on a 2-hour mining stream.
Oh no! See, I presume you haven't heard, but I did swear that I'm gonna do 24-hour mining stream.
Oh, that sounds fun.
This summer.
I would join.
Thanks, chats. Thanks, chats, and or rather specific person that also provided me with magnificent audio pieces for background music. But anyways, thanks. I want to kill myself now. Anyways, moving on then. Challenger. Holy fuck. Anyways, yeah. But yeah, interaction with the big installations, just like this one in my stream at least. Meh.
I think
sure.
the fact that they didn't even gonna go to an installation, but just went to a megaship instead, sums it up pretty well.
Yeah, that was glorious. I was like, wait, are you seriously gonna just showcase that again? Just because you're too lazy or don't have the time to showcase it? Come on.
And they could have made it to an installation within 1 or 2 jumps, I would say. I mean, they are pretty close to Shinrarta.
Yeah, I suppose. Give me a second.
Okay, let's have a look. I'm gonna go and just pull up some quick images from... Yes, here we go. Okay.
Right.
Challenger.
Well, you go ahead. I talked already too much.
A single large, 3 medium, and 3 small. Do we have anything that just vaguely resembles that already in terms of...
That's a good question.
In terms of loadout. I'm just going to see if I can find... Where the hell did I put
Coriolis. Let's see what we got. So 1...
Ely Shipyard.
The closest one I'd say is Federal Gunship. Yeah, the closest one is essentially Federal Gunship.
Large, 4 mediums. Yeah, okay. So for the gunship, you take one of the mediums to make it into a small, basically.
Yeah, it's gunship will have more damage, sure, because the yes. But, yeah, gunship also will cost a little bit more, so. Yeah.
True. Okay,
not the fairest comparison, but still.
Let's try to do a comparison here between the gunship and the Challenger. Utility mounts the same, 4 on both. Oh, look at Will. Oh, he's so happy on this picture.
Let's see, gunship, huh? Let's see. Yeah, when I look at it, it actually has. Oh wait, no. Optional internals are quite different.
6.
Never mind. Let's see. Cargo capacity.
Yeah.
Holy
okay.
fuck! It will be closer to Orca. Well, it doesn't have the same loadout on optionals, but
no. But if you look at
least the cargo capacity wise, it's closer.
Yeah, so the core internals is close at least. We have 6A power plants and thrusters and 5 frameshift drivers, all the same. Now, the gunship gets a 7 power distributor. Life support is simple. Whereas the Challenger will get a 6, but again they get a downgrade one of the guns from a medium to a small, so I guess that's fair that you get a smaller power distributor.
Challenger, essentially what you think of Challenger as Chieftain, but with different weapon loadout and slightly bigger cargo hold. That's all it is. That's all it is. Plus extra armor and thus far, of course, also better shields, but with lesser maneuverability. That's it. That's all it is.
665. Yeah, it's sensors, power distributors, life support. Yeah, okay. So the internals are the same as on the Chieftain. And the core internals. Where are those? These are the core internals. Let's see. Okay, 6. Oh yeah, that was the weird thing. 663. What? What happened to 5 and 4?
Yeah, they just disappear.
I think the weird thing about this is it's gonna make the build very narrow. I mean, you're gonna have very few options. I mean,
this doesn't make sense. This ship doesn't simply make sense in the fact that it has 2 Class 6 optional internals. It doesn't make sense in the fact that it doesn't have a ship launch fighter.
Oh, hold on.
So what the fuck are you gonna use that other Class 6 optional? The most effective thing to use in it is ship.
Thanks a lot for the $10 donation. Just gonna mute Yamix for a bit there. Anyway, let's get back.
Well, I suppose, but again, it will depend on the shields. Because if the shields are shit, then what's the point? So,
Anonymous, thanks for the subscription on YouTube. I guess the other internals like to be used for a shield cell bank. That's the only real option I could see. So shield generator, shield cell bank are the 2 Class 6 slots. You have your 2 Class 2s, which you can use for like whatever, like docking computer or discovery scanners or whatnot you want to fit there. And then you have the 2 Class 3s, which you can either use for cargo or armor or something else there. And then of course you have 3 military slots, I think. So maybe you would actually be better off, maybe if you want a bit of cargo there, and use the military slots for your hull and module defense.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh well. Just wait and see, I suppose. It's just kind of a weird ship, to be honest. Not sure what's the point of it in general is. Again, it takes basically slot between gunship, Ferdinand's, Python crate, and between assault ship, Chieftain, and Clipper. That's that awkward slot where you neither can turn quick enough nor tank enough, and at that point, Challenger just sits there and I don't know, looks stupid.
So basically,
at least that's how it feels.
So it's gonna be the Alliance Space Dust.
Maybe.
I
Who
don't know.
knows? We'll see. Again, we don't have all the stats, but at this point it looks like it, to me at least.
Yeah, Anonymous asking
But
if it's gonna
I
have
was
a
wrong before.
fighter bay. I believe it did. Yes, have a fighter bay.
Challenger? No.
No, okay. It had a
Challenger is basically just a copy of Chieftain. That's it. So,
but it
yeah.
was gonna have a single multi-crew seat behind the main pilot.
The same thing is with Chieftain, and the same thing is with the Salt Ship, and the same thing is with Clipper, and the same thing is with in fact, has its Asp Scout and even Vulture. Yes, Vulture has a second, multi-crew seat. I don't fucking know what's that for, unless you're really competitively shitposting while you're fighting. Yeah, then it's good. But other than that, I don't know why Vulture even needs that second seat.
In case you like to fit large turrets. I don't know.
On the second most maneuverable ship in the game.
Yes.
What kind of a disgrace are you? Seriously. Oh, you gods. Oh boy. Well, let's see what else do we got. Challenger in general will basically have a notably bigger, cargo bay. So that's kind of interesting. Actually, yeah, Challenger will be a decent upgrade for trading, surprisingly, from Asp Explorer, if you're concerned only about the cargo space.
And
Plus
you're not gonna
you'll
buy the Type 7, obviously.
Oh my god, this ship is so stupid. I can't believe it. Again, Challenger is like dropship at this point. Dropship also, it's a military ship, and yet it has also a bigger cargo space than, any previous ship. And I'm just scratching my head thinking, what the fuck? Oh, okay, fine, whatever. Oh wait, no, hold on. How much space did Imperial Clipper have? Ah, no, okay, never mind. Clipper still has more cargo space. But it has the same sort of a price tag, so... Well, okay, fine. Clipper has slightly lesser, I suppose, but even so... I don't know. It's just weird. To me, Challenger just feels weird. It doesn't have a niche to fill.
No, it's kind of like a jack of all trades but a master of none. But it's not really a multi-purpose ship either.
That's the funny thing.
It's not a multi-purpose ship. It's not really a combat ship. It's not a trader. It's neither.
That's why I called it a not Furlands, but a Federal dropship equivalent in ships. It's so awkward. Yes, it has outstanding features, but no one uses it because it's not practical. I mean, if you have that sort of a, 30 million scratch or price tag that the ship has, you might as well go for the Kraits or Furlands or Python. Or stay with, again, one of the fighter piggies.
Have you been keeping an eye on the commodity store for when the paint jobs are out?
Oh god! Oh no! The stupidest thing will be if they again announce fucking cosmetics before even the game is out, or rather these features are out, because they did that with fucking Chieftain.
Yeah, the store category is
the
already
Chieftain's
there.
not out. We already have microtransactions for it. It's just disgusting. I mean, I don't mind, again, that much, those cosmetics. I know why they're there, and from business perspective, fine, whatever. But at least wait until you release the fucking thing. Otherwise, it's like fucking it's like Star Citizen. You offer something that you can't use or buy or do anything with. But it's there once it comes
In
out.
that defense, it was a couple of hours, right?
Yes, in their defense, it was a couple of hours, but even so, it's just trigger finger breathing.
Must rage.
Must put out this thing. We need funds. Hey. But yeah, well, there you go. I don't know, really. There's just lots of interesting details and lots of weird details. Crate makes sense, even though it doesn't, even though it shouldn't. And it feels OP, just like Python.
Well, hashtag power creep confirmed, I guess.
Yeah, but no, if they went for power creep, they would actually announce some sort of big ship and disturb the big tree, which I suppose which they tried doing with. Maybe they tried, maybe they didn't try, but eventually just fucking Type 10 came in, and now, in fact, Type 10 has the most potential damage in the game.
If it wasn't because the guns were spread out like a kilometer apart.
That and power distributor is garbage.
Yes. But that thing can mine a rock extremely quickly.
Commander Nils, you'll be more surprised when you see how fast Canopy of the front line combat ship will get fucked. Well, sure, yeah. I still don't understand why this game, Crate and Challenger and Chieftain and every other ship that actually has a large cockpit. I still don't get it.
I can see it on the Challenger. Crate, I don't think it's going to be as much of a problem. It kind of has that vulture effect, where the cockpit is partly hidden between some whatever that is. Like in this case, it's weapon mounts. So you're gonna have to see the ship straight on before you're gonna have a clear shot at the cockpit. So I don't think the cockpit's gonna be blown out that easily, unless you can penetrate and hit it.
Developers, when they introduced Chieftain, its cockpit's hitbox was, I presume it was appropriate to its size, but people found that it was way too easy to shoot it out, or whatever, and so they decided, okay, we're gonna reduce the hitbox on the cockpit. So now it's more or less appropriate when it comes down to shooting out Canopy on Chieftain, but even so, my immersion is breaking. Them big cockpits don't make sense. Nah. Oh well.
But I guess, what, 2 days? And we can
days
really dive.
And the thing is out, pretty much. So, I guess people get ready to fight that new Targoid Scout type. And
now Targoids are getting healies for feelies.
Yep, and go loot those installations, because that's really engaging. And definitely go for mining in a wing now, because we have, or rather will have, a wing mission for mining. Yep.
So, you recall back when we did that, was it actually the Type 7 review? And we made it fun that mining was the next money grind. I'm telling you, it's happening now.
Oh god, it might be that review. Yeah, it was the one. I remember, in Type 9 review with Ascorbius, he dragged me to mine, quote unquote. But anyways, yeah, it's fine. If again, I wouldn't be pissy about mining being most lucrative thing in the game, because again, there's a lot of fiddle fucking around with it, but just make it then lucrative rather than just make it more cumbersome. Increase the prices on commodities that you refine.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work, because I've actually gave this quite a bit of thought. If you just raise the commodity prices, on the mining only commodities, then suddenly it would be extremely lucrative to go out and hunt NPC miners and steal their cargo. So you can't just increase the prices on the commodities. You would have to increase the output from the asteroids to increase the profit.
Well, yeah, that's one way of reducing the time between, going there and here and so on and so forth. I don't know.
But again, if you do that, then it basically means that instead of having to sit in a belt for hours, you would now fill up your cargo hold a lot quicker, meaning that smaller ships would be able to mine 1-2 asteroids, and they would have to go back and sell for this to be balanced. So
I mean, I don't know. There's one way of actually making, still that whole mining thing viable, even if you increase the prices on commodities. Just simply don't give NPCs any valuable, mineable things or mineable commodities. And that's how you pretty much reduce the amount of, piracy from NPCs. But when it comes to player-to-player actions, well, that would perhaps intrigue people and encourage people to try and do piracy against miners, and make it more of a legit gameplay, even though it's still to this day is really not. It's just an afterthought at this point. What I'm saying is basically piracy need more tools, more appropriate tools, faster tools, better tools. That's about it.
And not just new ships.
That's true. Oh well. Let's see, what else? Let me just quickly check what else are we gonna get, because I definitely know I am forgetting at least one thing. What else are we gonna get from this update?
I think we've been through most of it. Installations, 2 new ships, and new Guardian stuff with reduced prices.
Oh, right, and there will be apparently some new Targoid
Targoids.
bases. Not base, but rather Targoid jizz-infected bases, so yay!
But
that's about it. That's all we're gonna get on this update. Basically 5 things. 2 new ships, mining missions, installation interactions, tech broker stuff, and Targoid scouts.
But again,
that's all we get.
Yeah, but it is one of the minor updates, so I guess
it's a minor update, but here's the thing. Okay, maybe we're not seeing all the things, but there was one thing I will definitely be talking about in my recap video. But that's basically that this is a perfect opportunity for developers to use these low content, low any kind of added stuff to the game versions of the updates to be used as balance passes, as balance patches, as quality of life improvement updates.
Yeah.
Why not do that? Besides, this whole Beyond series is sort of supposed to be, let's fix the core core gameplay or something. At least that's how it feels, and that's how devs themselves have kind of hinted and referred to as well.
Yeah.
So,
but to be
why not just do a quality of life update? I would be happy about that. I would tremendously be happy about it.
I mean, they are doing, at least in terms of core gameplay, they are doing a lot in the Q4 release with both exploration and mining. Which, to be honest, is the 2 parts of the game that has received the least amount of love over the last couple of years.
That's true. Though I'm rather afraid of seeing squadrons. Oh god, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Again,
yay for mega ships.
Why the fuck do we need those stupid fleet carriers? I know people want their thing in the game. Everyone wants their own planet or station and stuff like that. But
yeah, Mitch, I thought you would know. It's all about an EP. That's what it is.
Yes, I know, but
and I'm not gonna pretend I'm not gonna go and get one. Of course I am.
No, I'm gonna get that because people want a fucking review of it. But god damn it. The thing is, with Fleet Carrier, it introduces more problems than it actually solves. But visually and functionally, I suppose it appeases people that yell for more content, more content. If they didn't put in more content, like again, Fleet Carrier, they would yell, hey, what's the point of the squadrons? I don't want squadrons. Fuck squadrons. Balance PvP. Meh! Something like that.
Hashtag make
No,
elite
not
open
necessarily, but that's how it feels.
only. Oh well.
So, wow.
What the hell? What's Odd Rock?
Well, let's see. Did I
just-
miss anything from their stream?
I just found a very interesting rock.
But yeah, basically with the new update, you're also gonna get reduced cost, material cost for again tech broker items. For example, those Guardian stuff, power plant, power distributor. I think hull. Wait, there's also Guardian hull reinforcement.
Yeah, we have
Wait,
those all along.
No, Guardian.
Oh,
hull
Guardian.
reinforcement.
Oh, wait. No.
Yes, I just noticed that there is also that. Holy shit! Ah, what the hell is that gonna be about? Holy crap! Well, okay, so Guardian shield reinforcement and hull reinforcements will be a new addition. And but yeah, anyways, those Guardian pieces will basically require only one of those disco ball scan items, data pieces, instead of 4 that they usually did. So rejoice, people, rejoice. You're not gonna have to do the Guardian stuff 4 times as much. Just need to do it a couple of times, depending how many modules you want to unlock. Yay, immersion.
Other people making some good points in the chat over here, saying that the whole squadron thing, I agree that they add little content, but it's gonna help people group up, so they don't have to do all that stuff. I mean, it gives people a way to group up and show allegiance to a group in game, which is something that a game like Elite should have had from launch. But so I guess it's good to begin to see that.
Here's a little dirty issue with, or rather, dirty secret of how Elite was made mostly. So original, let's just call it design team, didn't consider multiplayer aspect, like, you know, guilds and groups and so on and so forth, to be an important thing. Let's just say, yeah, let's just use the word important enough to be put in game. And now after a long ass while, they recognize and realize that, you know, guilds are very important, especially for well, really any game, in fact, that has multiplayer. Even doesn't, because I mean, okay, fine. Technically, I don't know if Dark Souls really have guilds, but fuck it, even thing like that does. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Deadeye. So what's the problem with fleet carriers? Okay, so what's the problem with fleet carriers as I see it is, okay, either A, they will be completely useless, making me question, and everyone else as well, why did they even spend time making them? Or B, fleet carriers will be OP as fuck, and guilds using them will be able to do things that just dwarf solo player, even player group actions without fleet carriers easily. Either they are useless or OP, and that's the problem with that I see. Because middle ground, as we know, Frontier doesn't really do well. Very rarely.
I think the middle ground is. I mean, okay, you could. So what I think there will be is going to be basically a docking platform that allows you to repair, refuel, and maybe even store a ship or two. And it's going to be, most important, it's going to be movable by the group or by the squadron. Meaning that suddenly having a group of players going into deep space would make sense. I mean, we see these deep space explorations all the time.
Indeed.
And they have, the way they organize them is, of course, they can't have everybody online at the same time if you have hundreds of players. So they would say, we rendezvous in this system at a specific date. And they could then make sure that when they rendezvous at that in the system, that there would be a fleet carrier ready so that people could get their ships repaired. They could stock up on whatever they needed to stock up on. If they had to, maybe you could buy limpets off the, I don't know, something like that. Just a home away from the bubble that you could move around. And I believe I recall that Frontier at some point mentioned that deep space mining, like going outside the bubble, you might be able to find rare materials easier out when you're not like, which would make sense. I mean, if you move away from the most inhabited space, of course the rare materials would be easier to find because they haven't been mined so heavily as it would in the bubble. And again, if you're going deep space mining, the main problem with that right now is, well, you don't really want to move your mining ships out there because mining ships often has very poor jump range. So you would dock it on your mega ship and jump it out there, stay out there mining for a while, and then fly it back, and then hopefully you have some kind of like squadron cargo hold on board, I would hope. So you could store your ore in that.
I'm not gonna speculate, so no, but it's up to you.
But okay, we know that it's going to be able to move at least, and it's most likely going to be jumpable, going to be dockable. So just for a remote mining ops, it would be great. Or for those deep space exploration trips, it would work as well. Depending on the jump range, of course. I mean, if it's going to have a 5 or 50 light year jump range, or 500 even, I think it's been speculated. But if it's going to take it a month to get to the other end of the galaxy, it will of course not be as viable as a deep space exploration platform. But I can see it have a purpose for groups of players.
Sure, yeah, it could have a purpose, but at this point, basically, like just something that you can dock in. To me, that seems again for a feature such a big little thing, or such a big thing, being put in the game and being offered as a sort of a reason for Squadron existing or its functionality and what it does. That falls into the category of basically being useless, because docking, not all, again, it's a niche thing that, okay, explorers will use it, which is fine, but when it comes down to more, bubble-related things, that you're better off just doing things with existing stations, and that's about it. In very rare cases, it will help, so there will be people that will be yelling, what's the point of the fleet carrier if you just simply can dock in it and jump with it? That's about it. What's the point? Why did you spend time developing? Why not develop, I don't know, space lights?
I mean, you've played this game for long enough. You know that regardless of what Frontier's doing, there will be someone
there will
crying.
Be always people.
There will be crying people somewhere, either saying that this is useless or saying it's overpowered. And there will be someone saying the exact opposite thing in the same forum thread.
Of course.
That's just how it is. How it always will be.
Oh, well, I suppose. Just wait and see at this point. So, but yeah, the basically point of me saying that carriers bring in more problems than it solves is, again, balancing it will take a lot of time. Developing it enough that it is not useless and not OP is already quite a task, and so on and so forth. So, I much rather just see quality of life improvements. I don't know what it is about me, but I want my game refined and quality, like, a proper meal, rather than slop or whatever. So, yeah. Oh well.
I think I'm gonna jump off Discord because I am about done collecting materials now, and I'm gonna go and do some engineering now on the mining cutter.
Yep, I'm about to be done as well. So, anyways, thanks to Down to Earth Astronomy who joined in, or I joined him, or we joined hands, or dicks, or whatever you want to call it. Of course, do feel free to poke him as well, and.
Not with dicks, though.
Yeah, in a good way, poke him, not with a stick or sharp stuff. Just poke him in a good way, in a good spot. Yes.
Oh, by the way, people on my stream is always saying goodbye. The stream is not over yet. I'm just
no, definitely. I'm gonna be babbling on my end as well. So
yeah,
you take care and all that stuff. So
and good that we're gonna have a quick talk, go over it. Anyway,
indeed.
I will talk to you later.
Take care and see you around.
Bye bye. Okay, we have Discord now off. Get that out of the way. Okay, so Have you considered reducing the tiny... no, I'm so rarely on the surface, doesn't matter. Anyway, I think that was a quick, I say, we've been online for an hour and a half now. It was a overview of what's gonna come, and that's gonna of course be on Thursday, so in 2 days time. And just because I don't want to disappoint you guys, I am of course not gonna be home, business as usual. I'm never home on patch days, so I will probably not be streaming on the actual launch day. But you can be pretty sure that at least over the weekend there's gonna be some kind of live stream coming up where we're gonna have a look at some of this new stuff. See if we can find ourselves some mining missions. Go and give the crate and the challenger a quick spin. See how it goes, how it flies. Cactus Juggler, hello. Had some problems with the stream apparently. Yes. Let me see. Good. Okay, so we now got, I believe, everything we need for our upgrades. And for those of you who don't know what we're doing today, other than talking about the 3.1 update, is upgrading the shield boosters on my mining cutter. I'm done with the core internals. I finished it today, and as I mentioned on... Was it Sunday? I believe it was Sunday. Maybe it was Saturday, I can't remember. As I mentioned in the last stream, that I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it back, but I actually did manage to get the cutter back, so we can actually go to Shinrarta now and pick up the cutter, so we can fly the cutter to the engineer, so we can begin to get those shield boosters. Nexobite asks, how much does the FSD booster boost you anyway? So they are rebalancing it, so the easy answer is we don't know, but they were at the game at an earlier point, then they were removed because they apparently was not balanced correctly. And back then they came in a, I believe, grade 1 to 5, and the grade 5 version would give you 10 extra light years as a flat increase. And I believe that just scaled linearly. So if you had a grade, I can't remember the work grade 1, but if it's a work grade 1, it would give you 2 light years, grade 2 would get 4, 3 would get 6, 4 would get 8, 5 would get 10. I believe that was how it was scaled in previously, and I think that was pretty okay in terms of sizes and how much boost they gave. The problem was it was using a additional 125% fuel, so not just 25% on top. No, 125% more fuel. So if you were using 10 tons of fuel on a jump, you would now be using 22.5 tons. So we would more than double your fuel consumption, which basically meant that they were next to useless because some ships, when they have them fitted, wouldn't even be able to jump because they didn't have a large enough fuel tank, which is a problem. So yeah. But again, they didn't really showcase much from the live stream. They did show a scene here where you could see some of the modules. But again, Guardian power plant, not Guardian power, Guardian shield reinforcements and Guardian hull reinforcements are apparently coming too. Gonna be interesting what those can do. How to get chromium. And you've been watching the last hour, I haven't been picking up anything but chromium. Look at that, that's a lot of chromium though. And it's a grade 2 material, you just down trade. But I specifically gone for a planet that had lots of tin, which apparently was a pain to get. Was tin. RS tin. There we go. So now have isn't 8 tons max? Okay, there might be a max for how much of FSD can boost. You can increase it with engineering. But it was the 10 tons was just an example to make the calculations easier, so I didn't have to go and get a calculator. We are now in Shinrarta. Let's get... Oh, no. Yeah, some base. There we go. Where can I get meta alloys? You can either get them from the barnacle sites, shoot them off there, or you can just go to Maya and buy them off Daniel's something. There's a surface base in Maya called Daniel's Regress, something with R, that sells them for 100,000 a piece. So if you have a bit of credit to throw at it, just go and buy them. I have a video on it. Go look it up. Darnell's. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's a station in Maya, surface outpost, large landing pad where you can buy it. Only place in the game you can buy it, otherwise you have to go and get it. Why would you want a Guardian ship? They lost, remember? Yeah, but they were a hell of a lot better fighting them than we are. You missed the Elite Dangerous feat. How do they pronounce the crate? It seems to be a Python clone. Wait, I'm not heading to Jameson Base. Damn it. Rootspawn, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. Oh, we should go to James Memorial. Wonderful. Loot crate, oh god. Oh god, no. Asteroid crater. All the crate puns. I guess that's why they like the crate puns as the giveaway thingy. Which reminds me, I need to begin to get my ass together about that giveaway stuff as well. Oh god. Oh yes, we are doing this. Okay, let's get back to the base. Let's get our cutter, and luckily I believe the engineer for shield boosters is fairly close, so we don't have to go that far. Is this the craziest life? That Lordwood says it isn't pronounced crate, it's pronounced like kite, so the crate. I believe they actually pronounced the crate in the Frontier's own live stream, didn't they? Oh, come on. Stuck in some gravity field somewhere. No, there's nothing, just a star. There we go. Now we're free. What do I think of Elite Dangerous in VR? I like it in VR. It's been a while since I played it in VR though, but I generally like it. I mean, if you're in space and you fly around a lot, then yes. If I'm doing like engineering like I am now, where I'm expecting to spend a lot of time in a menu screen, then I would probably prefer on monitor. And of course, doing a live stream and video recording, I would always run on a monitor. Simply because it's going to be a lot more difficult and it's not going to be very pleasant for you to look at. So it works well, I would say, in VR. Oh. Oh, can we? Yes, I think we can make it. I think we can make it. Yes, look at that. Perfect. Ugh. The ship still can't boost. I think at last time I did actually take off all the shield boosters because I was expecting the ship to be stuck in the Pleiades sector right now, because I've just had it down today to Palin so you could get the drag drives on the thrusters. That has now been applied, and the ship should be back by now. I guess the camera cutter needs an engine-focused power distributor. Yeah, it's a 1D. I don't think even with engineering that this thing is gonna get anything close to that. Maybe I should actually have a look, see if there's anything on this that I could engineer. You already have lightweight on the sensors. Why can't I engineer the frameshift drive on this thing? I'm pretty sure I have FSDs, but I believe my FSD is actually already engineered. Again, no special mods on this. I mean, I haven't over-engineered this camera cutter at all. It has some basic modifications just to give it a little bit of jump range, but other than that, it's not a lot. What do you mean? I'm not working for Frontier. If you think about Frontier's payroll, you're way, way off. Anyway, let's get these shield boosters. Yeah, let's get the shield boosters back on the ship. I hope this was where yes, it was where I stored them. So, transfer to ship. Transfer. Transfer. This interface really needs an update. So you click on it once, twice, then you select it, 3 clicks, 4 clicks, 5 clicks before you're there. And come on, is it this faster with the mouse? It is. Transfer, transfer. Shield booster, transfer. Transfer, transfer, transfer. And transfer to ship, transfer, transfer, transfer. Transfer, transfer. Sultan asks if I'm still using my X56. I am. Still using it. It's just when navigating menus, it's often a lot quicker, I find it, to just use a mouse. Should I get an Imperial Clipper? That depends a lot what you want to use it for. It looks great. Okay, that should just confirm that we have all our utility mounts populated. We do, and we have some of these already... Wait, one of these, this can't be right. Look at that. One of these must not be completely engineered. Something's not right here. Ah, one of those is only grade 4. Why is that? I was probably out of conductive ceramics. Let's correct that right away. Whee! would probably have noticed this when we were to add the experimental mod. Okay, Commander Agro asked, what do I think of the new mining update coming up? I think it looks great. It has some very good potential. I have a few concerns, mainly around the ammo capacity of the mining modules. Because if they're going to run out of ammo pretty quickly, it's going to be a lot of flying back and forth between the station. And that would really, I mean, for me, mining is something you go out for an extended period of time. But in overall, I mean, that's a small complaint, and it's something that hopefully can be, I mean, that can easily be balanced. And I did try to ask them during their last live stream, but I never got a reply, so I'm not sure what kind of ammo capacity we're looking at here. We should go, I believe this is, yes, shield boosters. And this should be fairly close. Yeah, look at that, 54 light years. This should only be like 2 or 3 jumps. 3 jumps. Perfect. Let's go. Yeah, and the probes. That's a good, as Lord Wall says, there's going to be a synthesize for the mining ammo. I would expect so, yeah. And hopefully it's not going to be too rare material, so it's going to be something you will get naturally as you mine. Because when you mine, you do get materials, and if you could use those materials to then synthesize the ammo, then that would completely solve the ammo issue, because as soon as you would run out of ammo, you would just go and synthesize new ones. So that could be a very easy solution to that problem. Okay, let's get outside of the exclusion zone here, and let's get over to our engineer. There we go. Exactly like the Drunken says, like limpets. Fuel scooping. Oh, just managing a few things here. There we go. Let's see, how's it going over on Twitch? We have a few people watching on Twitch. I was actually surprised how easy it was to set up the whole restream thing. I've been putting it off for a very long time because I always thought it was going to be cumbersome and going to add too much of a delay, but it seems to be okay. But yeah, the 3.1 update, again, coming out in 2 days. The amount of, I mean, it is a content update, but the amount of like new playable content is limited unless you're planning to do engineering. I am planning on Tuesday, so that would be in a week, next week. For those of you who followed the channel for a while, you would know that in the past I've done these open small ship combat streams, where we would get a bunch of small ships together in a system, and we would go out and we would kill some cops, or not cops, kill some pirates in a system, and collect some bounties, and basically just have fun trying to fly around and kill anacondas and sidewinders and eagles and whatever small ship we had chosen. Now, I'm thinking to go a little bit out of the normal format and then go to medium ships because we are slowly running out of small ships. So I was thinking of doing like a crate fleet live stream on Tuesday. So, and as always, it's going to be an open stream, but it's going to be announced both now. I'm going to announce it on Discord and probably also in Hello Dave. But when Hello Dave comes out, it'll be the day before. So there will be an announcement on Discord. Let's go to that base. It's just to give you guys a heads up if you want to join. There's a link for Discord. Both actually should be both on YouTube and on Twitch. So you can go and find link for Discord, and then you will get the announcement over there. And basically, it's going to be an open stream where you guys can join, get your crate, and get it to a specific system, which will be announced. And then we'll go and we'll have some fun and fly around for a couple of hours and kill some ships and try out this new thing. And I know it's going to be only a few days after the launch, so you probably won't have time to engineer your ship, but that's not the point at all. I'm not expecting people to come and engineer the ships. Even when we did this in Sidewinders, we could do it with a fleet of unengineered Sidewinders. So that's gonna be fun, I think. Crate looks nice, but see lots of comments that are going to replace the Python. It's going to replace the Python as a medium combat. The role. I mean, I talked about this with Gabix about an hour ago, and I think that the Crate's gonna be taking over from the Python in terms of combat. But in every other regard, the Python will still be a better ship. I mean, you're losing one of your class 6 not core optional internals, of course. Which means if you're going to use it for trading, Python would be better. If you're going to use it as a passenger ship, Python would be better. Exploration or just simple jump range, because the Python seems to have a longer jump range, then the Python would also be a better choice. So I don't see it replace the Python. But I do see it only in terms of combat. I could see it being a better ship there. Now, we haven't seen all the detailed stats of the ship yet. Like, what's the turning speed going to be like on the ship? That's going to be an important factor, of course. So, replacing the Python? No. Probably not going to do that. Or mining, as Command Evolution says. It's because, again, that extra class 6 slot, that is 64 tons of cargo extra that you're not going to be able to have in the crate. And when it comes to fitting mining ships, it's all about the core internals, the optional internals, and getting as many big slots as you can for that extra cargo hold, yet still have enough small and medium sizes so you have enough for all your collector limpets and refineries and all that jazz. So definitely still I don't see the Python becoming obsolete because of this. But if the crate is gonna get better maneuverability than the Python, then I could see because oh crap, gravity. Oh, managed to stop in time, barely. Okay, I'm not sure if the crate's gonna get better maneuverability because the jump range on it has the same thrusters, same size thrusters, the same size FSD, but the jump range is lower. That indicates that that the crate is heavier than the Python, and if that is the case, and it has the same size thrusters, you would then also expect the maneuverability to be. The Python has a better jump range. Yeah, so the crate is heavier, so the Python has a better jump range. But if they have the same thrusters and the crate is heavier, then you would expect it to have poor maneuverability compared to the Python. And the fact that the Python is then also going to have a stronger shield, I believe the base shield on on the Python was, is it 390, 290 something, and the crate was 260 something. So the shields of the Python is going to be better, and if the theory with the mass and it's going to have a better mass, or the Python have a lower mass, so the crate's going to be heavier, then I don't know. But at least they say it's more focused towards combat. So if you're trading in a class 6 optional turtle slot, a little bit of maneuverability, a little bit of jump range, just to get the 2 crew slots at a fighter hangar, then I'm not sure I think it's worth it. Again, but lots of this is a bit of speculations at the moment, and we don't really know where this thing is going. Since we don't have all the stats just yet, so we will wait and see what happens. Okay, time to engineer some shield boosters. We're going to start with the 2 augmented that we have already done, because these should be fully engineered, and we can add a supercapacitor, which was why we've been collecting... Wait, what? I thought these use tin. Now you're telling me they don't? Or maybe I used tin for some of the other ones. Maybe the heavy duty uses tin, I can't remember. Would it outperform a Fer-de-Lance for pure combat role? I don't know. Fer-de-Lance has definitely will have the stronger shields, and I guess also be on top in maneuverability. But it's not gonna get all that multi-class or multi-crew capabilities, I think. This is where it could actually be interesting to go and have a look at those 3 ships and do a direct comparison between them. So we have supercapacitor on these 2. And we can now begin to take the next one. And we're gonna get one that is kinetic. So let's go and make ourselves a kinetic resistant. Oh, not that yet. Here's actually easier to use the joystick, I think. And now grade 4. Finally grade 5. Engineering is a lot less exciting than it used to be now that we removed all the RNG, but I like it because it's more predictable. Now I just really hope that I actually did my calculations right and didn't fuck up my my materials here. Let's see. These should be heavy duty. I believe this is where we need the tin. Yeah, this was where we needed the tin. Okay, let's go and do some heavy duty stuff here. Oh, wrong one. Oh yeah, maybe it will etch up the Fer-de-Lance with the extra pip on the crate. And again, making a ship, if that's only really better in case you go multi-crew, I find it hard to see that happening. I don't think that's what's gonna happen here. I still think the Fer-de-Lance is going to be more maneuverable. And heavy duty with supercapacitor. Boop. There we go. And one more. Oh, good roll. And 3 more to go. Getting all the good rolls right now. Oh, we are low on... Uh-oh, this is gonna be an issue. Niobium. We're a bit low on niobium right now, that's a problem. That means we will have to go and fight ourselves a material trader. Oh, come on. Thank you. Okay. 26. Okay, we're gonna need a bit of niobium to finish the grade 3s. The rest are pretty good. Let's put an experimental mod on here. Plenty of that as well. So it's basically just that we are out of niobium. Which is a class 3, so let's just quickly here go... Oh, no, that's not what I want. Let's take it from this tab instead. Just give me a second here, guys. Load, please. Copy link. Oh, I need to do it like this. There we go, so I'm not signed in. Okay, let me just get this over on the stream so you guys can follow along here as well. Okay, so we can't zoom. Okay, data, filter view, create temp filter. We're gonna need niobium there, raw material category 1. Raw cat 1. That means it is yttrium that we can use to downgrade. Yttrium. Let's get back in elite. And inventory, materials, and then all the way down to the bottom where we have 16 tons of yttrium. That's not a lot. And how many tons of niobium are we realistically gonna need? We're gonna do, let's say, we need 1 per roll here, and we would have to do... We need 2 more shield boosters. And let's say we're doing 4 rolls to be sure, so that'd be 8, so let's get 9. Downgrade 1, so that'd be 3 we have to trade in. That's not too bad. Let's go and have a look. And let me just get that over there. Zoom in a bit so you guys can follow along. We are currently in the system that I forgot the name of, which is Listi? Something like that. There we go. Search. And we want to find a material trader. We want to find a raw material trader. So we need to go there. Good. Let's get back in game. Let's head out. A little bit of annoyance that we had to go and do this. I should have done that beforehand, but it's 1 jump. It's okay. Somebody asked what kind of gold rush I think will happen in the next patch. Well, they're not really changing much in terms of missions. The only thing they're doing mission-wise is, at least that they have announced, is adding new mining missions. So, but since mining materials is often the stuff you need for mining missions is only really available for from actual mining. You can't go and buy that stuff. Unless they completely like outrageously unbalance those missions so that it would pay an absurd amount and could be completed solo, then I could see there being a problem, but it's not really a thing that's difficult to balance, I think. I mean, there is a little bit of a balancing issues in terms that there is a random factor in it, which is often what would go wrong when you have a random factor anywhere in the game and you can try and stack the odds in your favor. That's when you get a gold rush. Oh, was this the right station? I didn't even pay attention. Material trader, yeah. So unless you can find a way to always get a lot of a very specific material, then I don't see it being too profitable. Now there is a way to make sure you always get a specific material out of a rock, but it's not very easy to make work. Barticus asks if I'm doing all the shield boosters with the same mods. No, I have already done 2 resistance augmented, 1 kinetic, and the rest is going to be heavy duty. I'm just doing a lot of heavy duty mods. I mean, the shields should already be pretty decent for a mining ship. Let's see here. Look at that shield health though. Why is my thermal resistance so low? Have I engineered the shield generator incorrectly? You know what I think I have? Because those resistances doesn't add up. The thermal resistance should be a lot higher. Hold on. Get this over here. Did I mess it up? Let's just do an example fit here, just so so we can see what's going on, like so. And let's jump in game, modules, shields, show more. So this one is, yeah, here we go. That's the problem. This one is reinforced. This one is reinforced. Ah, now I haven't. The triggers. This is a legacy mod. I believe this is a legacy reinforced, because this was my old shield generator. It was of course engineered beforehand. That's why I haven't engineered my shield. Of course, I haven't gone around to do my optional internals yet. That's why, because the plan is put a power plant in there. The plan is to make this go thermal resistant with high cap. Like so, and then we're gonna have 1 resistance augmented with supercapacitor. We're gonna have a 2nd resistance augmented with supercapacitor. We're gonna have a kinetic resistance also with supercapacitor, and the rest of these are gonna be heavy duty with supercapacitor. Heavy duty with supercapacitor. Just no, that was resistance. Heavy duty. Supercapacitor, heavy duty, and supercapacitor. So I didn't do anything wrong. I just, of course, haven't gotten around to that part yet. I really like this combination for shields. I think it gives a very balanced, rounded build. So you can see here, this should give me a shield strength. yeah, a shield strength, a resistance, all sitting around the 50, almost 60 in terms of explosive, which is good all-round resistance, and a raw hit point buffer of 6,500, if this is calculating it right. So if we go back here, and we go to status again, so we can see here, of course, our shield is already pretty close, but again, we haven't done the 2 last shield boosters. So that's what's going on here. So all's good. It's just a little weird right now because this has a reinforced prismatic where it would need a thermal resistant one. Could actually be fun. What would happen if we here went resistance, or sorry, reinforced on this one? See, then when we get that low resistance we were talking about as before. But then I probably wouldn't go kinetic on this one. I would probably then have to switch that out for thermal instead. And maybe even a second thermal. Maybe switch out one of those resistance augmented for another thermal. That didn't give me a lot. So this could actually be an alternative build. We would get more shields. Resistance here would be a little bit lower on the thermal. And you could argue if you wanted to go thermal, 3 thermals, that could be an option as well. Go like that. You know what, this is actually a better build. Look at that. Resistance is pretty much the same across the board. But our total shield strength is higher. And since we don't really care about shield recharge, we could do this instead. Okay, so what do we have? We have these ready, and we have 1, 2, what? Then we have that, and we have 1, 2, 3 heavy duty ready, which we need. So I would just have to engineer those 2 that I haven't done anything with yet as thermal, and then change that 1 kinetic over to being a thermal resistant as well. Blueprints. Hold on, let me get the ED market connector running here. And let's get in game. And we've now overshot the station by a lot. I think this could work. It's nothing like last minute adjustments. Just gonna do an update here. So that's updated. And then we gotta go utility mounts, shield boosters, thermal resistant. We only have 9 heat conductive wirings. That means we have 3 rolls at, yes, that should be okay. But we also need it here, so we would have to go and get more heat conductive wiring. The rest is good. The rest we have plenty of. So we'd have to go in and visit a... this is a grade 1. I mean, this is easy. We just have to go and visit a manufactured material trader as well. Which shouldn't be too difficult. Especially not if we type in our system that we're currently in. See, we have one right here, which we're going to go and visit afterwards. And get some heat conductive wirings, and then we're going to switch that thing over to 3 thermal resistant ones, instead of that kinetic. And then we should be golden. Because then we can keep the reinforced mod, but again, that would probably be something we want, like one of the next things we want, that would be doing the shields. And then looking into many of the other modules. What time is it? Okay, we can keep going, doing a little bit longer stream today, because I really want to finish the shields here. Try using thermal block on a booster. Hold on, let's get this thing on a landing pad. So what you're suggesting is, instead of, I think I've tested this before, but let's give it a go anyway. You're suggesting that we, oh, hold on. Mikhail, thanks a lot for the subscription on YouTube. What you're suggesting, I guess, is that instead of using the 3 thermal block, we just use 2 thermal blocks and then have them, instead of with supercapacitor, just use thermal block instead to boost their thermal resistance even more. And come on, there we go, perfect. Nope, not quite. Overshot a little bit.
Docking cancellation acknowledged. You are not authorized.
What? Didn't I request docking? I could have sworn I requested docking.
Clearance denied.
8 seconds, okay. I must have misclicked then.
Access granted. Please head directly for Bay 17.
Oh well. Oops, I always forget how long. I'm so used to flying the Anaconda and the Corvette where the cockpit is in the middle. So as soon as you're past... As soon as you're past the mail slot, you can almost begin turning. But with this thing, because the cockpit is all the way to the front... Okay. Let's just very quickly here have a look at that setup that we talked about there. So if we go resistance, supercapacitor, then we have 3 thermal here. But what I suggested is we go heavy duty on this one. Oh, let's just see. Right now we are at, hold on, take a screenshot of this. There we go. And so what has been suggested is that this one goes over, becomes heavy duty, and then these 2 get a thermal block on them. So you get a thermal block and you get a thermal block. Let me just find this screenshot. Okay, so with this one we get higher kinetic resistance, higher explosive, we lose a little bit of thermal, but we gain a lot of hit points. And we actually have almost the same effective hit points. This is not bad actually, because we almost have the same effective hit points in thermals, and the rest is actually higher. So this might actually be a good idea to go with this instead. And this is good because we have already done this and this. And we have done 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy duties, I believe. And we have 2 of them which is currently unengineered. So we just have to go and make sure that utility mounts and thermic resistance, which we just needed some heat conductive wiring. But for thermal block, we pretty much have everything we need. Good. But does that mean we still need the Nebionium? Wasn't that for the heavy duty? Then I don't think we actually need utility mounts. There it is. Yeah, because that was for the heavy duty. we're gonna trade something in anyway because we're here. Gonna pay off our little fine. And we're gonna redeem some bounties. Oh, we're pretty low on this one as well. Let's trade in some mercury that has very little use. Let's trade in like that. And I know we probably won't need this. Okay, so can we go outfitting here so I can get an overview of what's going on here? Because that was heavy duty version. This should be the thermal. Yes. So if we do an update now, question if it will catch all our data with the new. Oh yeah, we needed heat conductive wiring, of course. That was the whole point. Yes. Now I'm back on track. Okay, so we still need to go and get that heat conductive wiring. Because this can only be crafted, it says 9 times, but it's a gamble. Going grade 3 on go through 2 and 3 on an average of 4.5 times. That's not gonna happen. Let's go and get some heat conductive wiring. Let's get back into the game. And let's get to another system. Come on. Thank you.
Ship uncoupled. Moderate speed on exit.
And there we go.
You have left the no-fire zone. We hope to see you again, Commander.
Okay, what type of station are we looking at here? We need to move around so we can get closer to the entrance, I think. If we can see the entrance. Okay, so it must be on the other side. Gotta go in a little half spiral here. Let's get around the other side of the station. Use this planet to slow us down. And there we go. And we're kind of close to the mail slot. Paul Ford says, missed the beginning, what are you doing today? First, we talked for about an hour and a half with Yamex. Let's do the docking right this time. Thank you. First, we talked about an hour and a half with Yamex about the things that was announced on the Frontier live stream that finished a couple of hours ago now. And right now, we're just finishing up some final adjustments to the shields on the mining cutter, which means we just have the optional internals left. Oops. Yeah, the lag is the channel is a little bit behind, but I think that's an effect of Restream. I'll look into it, see if I can do anything about it. I doubt it, but we'll see what I can do. Heat conductive wiring. If we just trade in 1. Boop. There we go. It actually seems like they have managed to do the whole shield engineering quite well, because there's about as many different combinations that people use as there are commanders. There's very few people who do the exact same setup. And it all depends what it is you're trying to achieve here. Right now I'm trying to play into the prismatic shield strength by having a slightly higher hit point pool than the resistance, but I've always liked going for high resistances. Rather than go for high hit points. But we're still gonna get a decent amount of hit points. I mean, if we're gonna get 7.5, almost 8,000 hit points out of this thing, it's not gonna be bad. Maybe I should jump over to Twitch, see how things are looking over here. It's looking pretty good. Wonderful. No, but if any of you have any experience with Restream, and especially with chat delays on Restream, then let me know, because I have no idea what I can do to prevent the chat lag. But you have to remember that there's a double. I mean, there's a two-way lag here, right? Because it's am I planning to transitioning to Twitch? I'm being asked over on Twitch. No. Well, not more than I am right now. I mean, the core of what I do is videos, like persistent videos that is being uploaded to YouTube. And I'm gonna keep doing that. The live streams are still gonna be here, and for now on, they're also gonna be live streamed to YouTube or to Twitch. But it's not. I don't think I'm gonna be a Twitch exclusive streamer anytime soon. Commander DK asked, where is Yamex? Yamex he left about an hour ago now. We talked for about an hour and a half, and now I'm just finishing up some engineering stuff before I'm closing off the stream. But right now the stream is being broadcast both on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So you can freely choose your platform. That's the whole idea of this. But if it seems to have introduced quite a bit of chat lag, and might have to talk to some of the other content creators what they do with their chat to prevent that. Oh, hold on. 7 seconds? 8 seconds? Oh, still above the horizon. Oh, over the horizon. Plenty of time then. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do your dip spices, sweat biweaves. I do as well when it comes to any combat ship. I like biweaves a lot, especially for PvE. PvP, I would go prismatics, but I don't do PvP, like, period. Only if I'm forced. But for PvE, I would always go biweaves, because then it's often about the longevity. But for mining specifically, what would often happen in a mining situation is, if you get attacked by pirates, it would be all about for you to try to survive for as long as possible, so you could get out. And that means just having as big of a hit point pool as possible. Which is where the prismatics comes in. So that's why I don't really care about recharge, because if I get attacked and I get away, I would most likely have plenty of time to recharge my shield, so I don't have to worry too much about the recharge. Whereas on a combat ship, like the Cube Comper, my combat corvette, I do worry about the recharge, because I want my shields to be able to recharge between engagements. So that's why a fast recharge on a PvE ship is a good idea. So again, it depends on what you're going to use the ship for.
Utamaya Delta 2 Echo Heavy. Automated flight control protocol initiated. Please submit a request prior to landing. Docking permission authorized. You may proceed to landing pad 05.
Oh, come on. Oh, maybe landing gear.
Warning, landing gear not deployed.
Thank you.
Docking procedure completed. Ship
Okay, let's see where we're at. Resistance. We have one kinetic there, and 2 thermic blocks. Oh wait, did I mess it up anyway? Hold on. And we wanted a resistance, thermal block. Oh yeah, we do want 2 thermal blocks, and the rest should be heavy duty. So we will have to. Yeah, okay, let's start by making the thermal blocks. No, that's kinetic. Thermal resistance. Unchained Water, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. That's 2 rolls. Three. 4. We might actually be able to make it with just the 9 heat conductive wirings we had. Nope, that was 1 too many. Yeah, bioweaves and fast charge, that's what I have on my combat ship as well. But again, as I said, the mining is going to be a different situation because we're not planning to stay for a long combat. We're not planning to stay for very long. And put thermal block. I'm on game. Is the stream still up? What the hell is going on? Oh, that's not good. Okay, I think... Let's see how this goes when the camera comes back. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is the sec... And I think we had the game hard crash on us. Yes. Jason Yota, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. Back to normal. Yeah, both apart from that, the game is completely unresponsive. So, yeah, if you just give me a second, I'll kill the elite executable. Boom, and elite is down. Let's launch this thing again. Maybe close some of all this stuff that we don't really need. Like, we don't need that, and we don't need this. And this one is not needed anymore. And let's just quickly monitor our system performance here. Looking good, especially if I close some of all this clutter I have. Like, I don't need this. I need this. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. Okay, system looks pretty good. We are idling at about 50% CPU usage. So everything should be good. I'm expecting that to jump up to the 60 to 70 area when we go in game. Because when the face cam like fucked up, the whole like stream began to lag on my end. I could barely move any windows, so I thought, well, this can't be good. And there we go. We are now up to the 70. Okay, so everything looks like, at least the CPU-wise, it was back where we were before. Okay, so where were we? We were doing shield boosters, and we were doing thermic, and we were done with the thermic, I believe. Yes, and we were about to add the experimental, and we were about to click thermal block when we were so rudely interrupted. Okay, what did we end up with? Oh yeah, now I'm back. Okay, so this one needs a thermal as well. Please tell me I'm gonna stream on Tuesday. No. Unfortunately, I am unavailable on Tuesday, but I will try to see if I can get a stream going. Maybe it's not gonna be Friday, but it's gonna... Then I'll try to get something going Saturday instead. And trust me, it's not because I don't want to, but there's just real life things that are more important than live streaming on patch days. And that should finish it. Yeah, I know. I know there's a patch on Tuesday, but there are more important stuff I need to do that day. Okay, so then we just need to go and pray, because we need to change this kinetic to a heavy duty. Do we have what we need for that? Yes, and yes we do. And this is what we want, right? Just before we change anything. So our kinetic should be way high. Yes, it is. Definitely way high kinetic. Let's make that heavy duty and get some. Or should I make it augmented? Hold on. What would happen if? Let's go back here. This is the loadout we have now. Resistance. Thermic with thermal block, and then then we have 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 3 right now, so we have 1 here that we need to figure out. So what would happen if this one was resistant augmented instead? Oh, thermic is down to 20. Wasn't that way higher before? No, it was 21. So we lose some thermic, which I'm not really too keen on. Why do we lose? Okay, we lose overall 828. Okay, I think we're gonna keep this as heavy duty. It might not be perfect, but it's gonna be good enough for what we're trying to do here. Yes, we want to remove that. Jason, yes, there is definitely going to be a finished guide on the build. Obviously, once I'm done with it, I'm gonna do an overview of it. Just because it's gonna be, well, I know mining is something that a lot more people have gotten interested in after the focus feedback that's running at the moment. So we'll have to. I'll probably do a video on it once it's completely done. And about the crate build, I'm really in doubt what I should do with it right now. But again, we only got the stats a couple of hours ago, but it would pretty much be taking a Python build, and then, I mean, it wouldn't be too different from doing a Python build, but yeah. You know what? That's pretty good, especially taking into consideration that our shield, shield generator is not done yet. Yeah, it's getting. I was considering if I should help up there, if I should go and do the shields now, but I think that will have to wait. You just need to see who does shields and how far away they are. You see here optional internals, shields, generators, reinforced. So we have what we need for the reinforced. Do we have what we need for the high cap? Yes, we do. So we could go to Li Chung. We could go to Lichang. But he is 120 light years from where we are right now. And I don't want to go there right now because it is getting a little bit late. And I want to have just a few minutes to hang out on Discord after the stream as well. So, anyway, I think that let me get back into the game here. I think we did pretty well today. Shields are coming along nicely. Core internals are done. So right now we actually only need to do the optional internals, and I'm just quickly trying to see if I can find my build link somewhere, which is now a little bit outdated. That's not it. Where on earth did I put that? Did I put that in my Dropbox somewhere? I did. Ah, here it is. I just want to very quickly here have a look at what we actually need to do in terms of optional internals. So I'll switch over here and have a look at that. Okay. Disregard that all these are of course now outdated and need to be updated. But in terms of internals, we have to go and do the reinforced. So you have thermal resistant here. We have to go and do the reinforced on this one. That's easy. Then we need to lightweight all our collector limpets and also lightweight the hull reinforcements, which I actually might want to change out for module reinforcements instead. Right? If I go module reinforcements here, so there's a few tweaks that needs to be done, and then we could, oh, we can't engineer those. Yeah, because I would rather have the module reinforcements, because if my shields go down, I'm already in like brown alert and is running for my life. So at that point, I just need to protect my module so I can get the hell out of Dodge. Because armor is already okay, so I guess I'll go and change those out for module reinforcements instead. Refinery can be engineered, but only shielding. I don't care if people shoot out my refinery, they can go and do that. And then lightweight on the prospector, that actually means that we only need to do shields. Then we have one stop to engineer all the prospector controllers. And then we need to go and do lasers. Those are 3 stops and we're done. 3 more engineers and we're actually done. And the lasers are efficient with regeneration sequence. So it's going to be efficient beam Healy lasers. Because also Care Bear built. And then of course these mining lasers here. Currently these are mining lasers. Type 2D mining lasers. They will be changed out for mining lances once I get my hand on them. But I don't believe I have yet. Let's get have a look. Mm, 2 weeks and 2 days, so there's still a few weeks before I get my hands on these mining lances, so we can put those on. Get a ton of those. But that's probably gonna be future streams. Of course, the next streams, as I said. So there's gonna be a stream either Friday or Saturday. Most likely Saturday. Actually, let me switch over here. Again, next stream's gonna be either Friday or Saturday. I don't know exactly when. But again, most likely on Saturday, because real life stuff comes first. And then on Tuesday next week, that's when we're gonna have the Crate Fleet. So if you want to join the Crate Fleet, you need to go out and find the link for Discord. There should be a link both on Twitch and on YouTube. And you can go and join Discord, and I'll make an announcement over there. I'll probably do this right after this stream, actually, to write that up, to give you guys a chance. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to probably meet up in LP. Again, system names and everything will be on Discord. We're going to meet up, and you're going to meet up in a crate if you want to join. We're then going to form up in Wings, and we're going to head out to a resource extraction site, and we're going to shoot the hell out of all the wanted ships we can find out there. Just bomb it around in crates, because normally we do this in small ships, because we're gonna we will have too much firepower otherwise. So it'll be interesting to see us just rip through everything. We might want to try and go find a conflict zone, because that is slightly more challenging. Or we could find something completely different to shoot at. Maybe even go hunt a Thargoid. That could be fun, but the problem is getting into the instance then. We'll probably stick to the resource extraction sites. Anyway, I'm gonna call it for today. It's been a very long stream. I think we passed, not quite 3 hours, but we're getting close. I hope you liked today's stream. If you did, remember to, first of all, like the stream. And if you're on YouTube, go down and subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitch, go down and click the follow button. And I really hope I will see you on the next stream or on Discord, or otherwise I hope I'll see you for the Crate stream in a week on next Tuesday. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.